Hey guys, how are you? Andy Sukhu, founder and CEO of Y2K Credit Solutions. So first off, I was in New York this past weekend. Attended MG the Mortgage Guys Rant and Gem podcast show. Great event, great podcast. Met a lot of great people. Saw a lot of familiar faces. Connected with a lot of great people. Looking forward to do a lot of work in Atlanta coming up. Right. So someone had a great question for me, and one of two reasons why they asked this question, because this is industry specific for the credit repair industry, right? So this question is specific to that industry, and they were either asking me, one, because they wanted to know the process or of how dispute works, or they were trying to test my knowledge, right? Of course, I'm Andy, I'm Y2K, I'm from the bureaus. So the question was, what is the ACDV acronym, right? That's a four letter. ACDV means Automated Consumer Dispute Verification. And that is a form that what the credit bureau uses when you initiate a dispute from disputing an erroneous information or something that's on your credit report that you deem that is not yours, is not correct, right? So let's talk about this. So when you go online, and obviously the data on your credit report is from the data furnisher, so it's reported by the either the bank, financial institution, your mortgage, your collection agency. That's where that data is coming from. They're the one furnishing the data. Now, when you go online and you file a dispute for whatever reason, the account is not mine, the balance is not correct, I did not open this account, or whatever your reason is. You initiate that dispute online, or you send them a letter disputing that account. The person that works at the credit bureaus, whichever bureau you send it to, they are going to take your dispute, fill out this form called ACDV, which is actually a dispute form, and they're going to append it to your dispute and send that to the furnisher, right? Whether it be the bank, the mortgage company, the collection, whatever it is that you're disputing that's not yours. They're going to send that form to them. Now that ACDV form goes back and forth between the bureaus and the creditors, right? So now when the creditor gets that form, they're going to look into their file, they're going to investigate it, and they're going to see, okay, well, there is an issue here. It needs to get fixed. Or there is no issue. This information is correct, right? And then they're going to use that same ACDV form, make their adjustments, and send it back to the credit bureaus. And that's how things get updated in the credit bureau, right? So now, in the credit bureau, every day they get tons of ACDV forms. And each form represents something consumers disputing on their credit report, right? So now when the person gets to work, start up their computer, and then they're going to log into the system that they use, which is called the e-Oscar. They still use the e-Oscar at the credit bureaus. I heard someone talking about this stuff online, that the credit bureau doesn't use the e-Oscar, and it's violation, and it's not ethical, and a whole bunch of nonsense they were talking about. Clearly, this person did not know what they were talking about when they were making these statements, right? Because that's how the credit bureau connects to the creditors, the furnisher of the data. So the person goes to work, fires up their computer every morning. They're gonna have a queue of a bunch of ACDVs that needs to be verified. They're going to process each one, append that to your dispute, send it over to the creditors. The creditor has 30 to 45 days. However, just so you know, it really does not take 30 to 45 days. It usually takes about 14 days for it to get updated and respond back to the credit bureaus from the original creditor. All right. So now, but it takes 30 to 45 days because of the mail process. The letter report has to become sent out to you, generated with the updates, and then generated and sent to you. You get it by mail, depending on where you are. We may have a delay with mail. You got to factor in all those things. But that was a great question that he asked, and that's an industry question only for the credit repair industry. It's not used anywhere else. And of course, again, the ACDV is a form, which is what the credit bureau uses to dispute your information to the creditors. If you have any questions about this topic or any other topic, or you want to know more about it, drop a comment below and I'll try to answer you guys back, or add some more clarity to it for you guys. Hope this is an informational topic, and you guys understand that. Keep in mind, I've said it hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. The credit bureau does not put the information on your credit report. It's coming from the data furnisher, right? So when you're writing all these ridiculous letters, remember, the paper trail is going to come back from the original creditor, the furnisher. It's going to be sent back to the credit bureaus. The credit bureau is just a bank housing data. That's all it is. All right. Of course, the credit bureau takes your data and like your personal information and resells it. That's another video, another topic. But that's what the ACDV. Great question. Great time this weekend with MG the Mortgage Guy, Mike McDonald, Kiana Watson. The Rants and Gems show was great. But I appreciate that consumer asked me that question, because it clearly shows that he's been doing some research, or he's looking to get into this industry, right? If you have any questions, like I said, guys, just leave a comment below. Talk to you soon.